Okay, so for these 100 milliliters, I've almost used the whole what is in here for about 4 days. So it means 25 milliliters per day. And the same applies for this one. I will show you what's staying here. What is the description? This is also another alternative. I'm showing you two different alternatives, and you can make your own choice afterwards. So it's staying here a wound cleaner. It's a wound cleanser. You can turn the you can turn this left or right, and you have two different kinds of spray, and you can choose which one you prefer. So it says that you need to pat dry the area, but because I don't want to touch it or to damage the skin, I just leave it dry naturally in the air for about 10 minutes. And in the meantime, I am preparing the rest of the instruments I need, of the tools, the dressings I need to cover the area, to protect it and to treat it right. Because of how good you treat it, it depends how well it's gonna be taken care of. So the description in different languages. If you speak any of those, tell me what's your mother tongue. Okay, so this was another option. The name is Flaminals. That's the name, Flaminals. And the other is a more generalized water that you can also use normally. It's a nasal spray, but it does the same work. The price for both is the same, more or less. But I just find this much easier. It's just more practical to use and clean the wound. It's much practical. I really like this one. Okay, so next step is we will have to get ready some of flaminal hydro. So yesterday I got the flaminal hydro. I got a big pot. It is staying, there is states very clear in the instructions. The statement said very clear that you can use it for a maximum of 5 days, meaning it is 100 grams per day. So 50 in the morning, 50 in the evening. You don't have to be too perfectionist, of course, but I know I use 1 tube per day. So I've been using this every one per day, really, because the area is rather large, and it's standing there that you have to put about 4 milliliters, how do you call this? Not centimeter, millimeter. Yes, millimeter. 4 to 5 millimeter thickness on your skin to protect it well enough and to put on the other dressings. Above this, there are 2 other dressings. So this is the flaminal hydro. Very good. I've heard many good things and read many positive things about it. So this is going to give you good healing and appropriate healing. Okay, so I apply with generosity. I know I will be gone very easy with this one because I really like it very much, and it gives you a very fresh sensation, which is what you want after burning your skin. The sensation is very great and I really like it. I don't have anything to do with this, with the mark, with the flaminal hydro producer. No, but I find myself personally that is working very well. I enjoy it. Therefore, what I am doing, I am telling you all what is giving me the treatment. Okay, so this is, I think the pharmacies will be very glad every time I come back for more and more and more. I will need like 20 pots of tin for the 2 months coming probably. It's rather pricey, so yeah. I hope that you can get it, and otherwise I will show you other alternatives. I have a little bit of niffles because it's allergy time, as you know. I have flamacine, but it's not so super good. In any case, you can try it. If you don't have the alternative, you can try. This is, of course, the very first option I tried. On the very first day, this is what I applied. I have nothing else at home, nothing than this. I was working with this because I just called the doctor and he told me to put on this one. But then I started to do some research and I called the doctor back again and the doctor gave me this. And this is also a very good thing. So in the night, when I apply the flaminal hydro, I wake up a lot of times because it's starting to work, and when it starts to itch, it means that it is a good sign. It means that it is progressing, that your blood cells are going streaming all the things you need for your wound to heal. So therefore you are feeling it. And at night when I wake up, I put a little bit of this also, because this one is giving me a little bit of relief from the itchiness for a little while, just for the itchiness. But the base is this one, what I use. Okay. Okay, so these are the options. You can use this one, for giving you a little bit of refreshment for the itchiness. If you have that, at least that is what works for me. And this is the very good, the basic thing that you really want to have in case you are lucky enough to find it. The pharmacist is very happy to see me coming, and yeah, it's rather pricey, as I told you. I don't know how I will get the other ones the next months, but let's try to make the best for what we have for the moment. Okay, so next thing, I have sterilized all this. This is my sterilized area where I will work. I already use alcohol to clean it properly. My hands are already, I cannot wash enough my hands with alcohol. I cannot repeat it enough because it's very important that you really wash your hands as much as you can, clean them well with alcohol. So this is the Flamatul. I've heard many opinions about this. Some people say it is not so good, but it's a recent product. It's sterile. It's an sterile dressing, and it offers you, after the flaminal, you put it over it. It's just to keep the moisture there well enough. I'm not applying this alone. No. I'm first applying the hydrogel, and afterwards, this will be the first dressing to cover it, to protect it, to keep the moist on the wound. That is what this is doing. I'm not applying this alone, no. So I will show you the structure. okay? I try to open it. I'm not a I'm not a nurse. I'm not a nurse. My mother was a nurse. My mother was a nurse. She was working in the emergency area, and she received so many patients. Oh, I cannot do it as well as she. But I'm trying to be as sterile as possible. So give me a little bit time to find the right place where I have to go. And otherwise, my hands are just clean, so I can just try to do it with my hands. Yes, my mother was a nurse. She was happy to help others. Like I am happy to coach others in a fitter, happier life. Yes, so that's why I'm sharing this, because in case you have a burn, these are things or possible things that you may want to do. Okay, so my mother, yes, she was a nurse. She was treating. Sometimes there were soldiers coming from the frontier, and now I try to put it back here. And there were soldiers with damaged skin, with damage, with bullets on their own. Much worse for what I'm going through, of course. That was her work. And I was several times at the hospital. She was also dressed, like, yes, all this protection around. Okay, the thing is, this is a little bit curly, so it is a little bit a problem, but then it's ready. So this is totally done. It's totally out. I really need two, so I will do the other one. I put this one aside. Yes, and she was really, she was really very clean for everything. Everything needs to be washed. My sisters and me, we learned to really be washing our hands often. And there was a time with us when there was cholera with us. So we had to wash very well any kind of fruits or vegetables. The cholera is had been an issue also in the country where I used to live. Not a pleasant one, but yeah, nevertheless, you cannot be extreme, because I think if you are extreme, it's also not good. You have to find a middle way. It's getting curlier on the other side. Yes, okay, nice. So ready. So these are the things we need for the moment. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna try to use this for taking the last layer. This is the melolang or the meloling. And in English, it's written here, shiny film site of dressing to wounds. So I had explained it before. There are many other shiny dressings, but this is the one I got. There are many other options. You can, for instance, try and ask your pharmacist to give you alternatives. So this one, I am opening it. Okay, this is open. And yes, I have it here. So this is the shiny dressing. Okay, I won't touch the shiny part with any other area, but just it stays here. Okay, so we have the three different parts. At the end, for this one, if your hands are washed well enough, you don't have to do it all with a special pincette. You can use your hands if you have washed them well enough. I repeat, if your hands are washed well enough. Okay, so I've already cleaned my wand. I've already cleaned this with flamidins or some purified water, like nasal spray, as I told you. Yeah, you can try. And now we're gonna start the procedure back again. So stay here